So, welcome guys, lesson 3, all about suppliers. This one is, hopefully you got that from the thumbnail, as well as I did something wrong with the thumbnail. But yeah, lesson 3, suppliers, let's get to it. As you guys can see, currently I have Alibaba open, which if you didn't know, that's where you source the products from. You want to, let's move this around, make it nice and juicy. If you guys didn't know, that's basically where you find the products from. At least it's where I recommend it. There are a couple of other sources you can use as well. One of them is called Global Sources. I've never personally found a product there, but it's worth it if you're struggling to find it on Alibaba, just to include it. You can also use a site called DHgate. I only recommend DHgate really for non-private label, so arbitrage, things like that. It does work quite well. The shipping is faster. And you probably heard Tanner talk about it. If you keep up to date with other Amazon YouTubers, Tanner J. Fox spoke about DHgate, but in my opinion, he was wrong. He kind of overhyped it a bit. He said that it's really good because you get free shipping, you don't have to pay for it anymore. And it does simplify it, but you end up paying more per unit. 100% you'll definitely pay more on DHgate. You'll pay maybe like $14, $15 when if you use Alibaba, you could get $11, right? So that's an extra £1-2 a unit. If you sell 1,000 units, that's $2,000, right? So definitely does work out better on Alibaba. If you want to test a product quickly though, DHgate can be very good. But in this instance, DHgate is pretty straightforward. It's basically like a wholesaling eBay. You just type in what you want and it comes up. Alibaba though is a little bit different. There's a little few more steps you have to take, but you get a better price for it. But by all means, use both of the sites because both of them do work. But at the top, let's say I brought in an example here on Amazon. Let's say I haven't actually checked the sales for this, but so we have quite kind of low sales considering the number of reviews we have. You know, thousands and thousands of reviews, but only 60 sales. It's pretty poor. But anyway, let's assume this is pretty good, and we want to do this product. If this was flipped, then it'd be a dream, right? If we had 5,000, 6,000, 3,000 sales and 60 reviews, 33 reviews, that would be perfect, but it's the wrong way around. But let's say it was flipped and we want to start selling these Wi-Fi extenders. Basically, then what we would do is we go to Alibaba and we type in Wi-Fi extender. There it is. Don't worry, I'm not going to teach you how to use Google or anything like that. But we have Alibaba up here. Now, what I recommend you do is you now sort it by suppliers, not products. That's going to give you then an idea of which supplier actually works with and solely works on Wi-Fi extenders. Then you're going to know that they actually know what they're doing with it. You don't really want a supplier that does 50,000 things like woven baskets, tripods, and then Wi-Fi extenders. You want someone who just does Wi-Fi extenders really well. So as you can see, a lot of these are actually just doing Wi-Fi extenders, which is good, except from this one is not. That one kind of looks like it is. But these ones at the top look pretty good. I mean, this one has immediately caught my attention because it's 11 years. I like suppliers who have been in business for longer than 3 years. Just means that they've got a little bit more of an idea of what they're doing, a bit more experience. They understand how to deal with Amazon, definitely. They'll understand how to deal with Western cultures, and language definitely will not be as much of a barrier. 11 years and 3 years, anything above 3 is fine, really. You know, like this one's done more than 2.6 million in transactions in 6 months. That means you can pretty much trust them. You know, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, not to say that you can't trust like these ones down here that maybe only have 2 years. If any of them do, all of them seem to be pretty long. But if you find a supplier with 1 year or 2 years, if you pay for them through PayPal, obviously you pay a 5% fee, but to cover your ass if something does go wrong, it's definitely worth it. Also, you can pay through Alibaba as well. They have a trade assurance, which you can use. I've never personally done it through Alibaba, but I know it works just as well because I've helped people and they've paid through it and they said it was no problem. But Alibaba has a trade assurance as well, and if you pay through either one of those, if something does go wrong, I've never had one. I've done tens and tens of shipments. I don't know how many, but none of them have ever gone wrong. So, you know, as long as you pay through the respective ones and don't like do a bank transfer or something silly like that, you know, do trade assurance and you will be covered. The next step after you've kind of figured out which supplier you want to use and, you know, if you're happy with how long it is, and then what you basically want to do is you want to make a list in your head of which ones you want to send and ask for quotes from. So this one we definitely send it to this one. And this one, and this one, and this one. What we would basically do is just click I'll do command contact, and then I'll open up as a new tab, and again, and then we'd open this up here, and we do that for every single one we want to contact. The more suppliers you contact, the better. Because if you contact 10 suppliers, they'll give you a much better idea from each. If you get quotes from every single one, or maybe 70-80% of them, 7-8 suppliers give you quotes, you'll get a much better idea of an understanding of what a fair price is for that product. If you just contact 2, one might be $7, the other one might be $8, and you go, I'll go for the one with $7, that's a good deal. But if you contacted another 7 suppliers, some of those might have been $7, $9, $8, you might have got one that said $5, and then you can have a look at the product, get images of it, and it might have been those 2 that you messaged first were the most expensive, right? It's all a matter of persistence with suppliers. You have to keep on at them, you have to ask them a lot of questions, get pictures if you can. I recommend getting a sample if the product is complicated. Maybe for something like this, I would get a sample because it's electronic. I'd want to test it out, see if it is actually good. Maybe make some improvements to it if I need to. But as long as I was happy with the product, then I would be more than happy to go through PayPal and Trade Assurance and pay for the product. I've never had an issue with any products from Alibaba, but obviously if they're more complicated, you might want to get a sample. And then we click Contact Supplier. It's going to bring up this page here, and we can basically then use if you head into the free Facebook group, I have a template, email template, which I've basically refined over the past kind of 6-7 months of exactly what is the best way and best way to get a response from suppliers. And basically all you do then is fill in the blanks. You enter your name, you enter how many units you want, you enter the product, etc., etc. But it basically does all the hard work for you. So if you head over to the Facebook group in the description, there will be a link under files. There is a Word document and a Mac file that you can download depending on which computer you have. But then you paste that in there and you do that on a few suppliers so that you get a good idea of what a good price for that product is. And the more you do, the better. Basically, the reason that you want to contact your suppliers is so that you get a quote. You want to then figure out, let's say if it's £100, bad example, £1,000 for 100 products, you then know it's going to be £10 a product. If then it costs you another £1,000 to ship that product, then that's another £10 per unit shipping, £10 per unit to actually manufacture the product, £20 per unit. That's how you get the total price. £20 per unit. So let's say after it arrives in the UK or the USA, wherever it is, £20 per unit. You then put that into the FBA revenue calculator, like I showed you in lesson 2, put in a conservative sale price for it, and then figure out what your margins are going to be. You do that then, for a few different products that you have, you pick the best one or the one that you like the most, the one that gives you the best ROI, and then you just steamroll forwards and go through the next lessons that I will have in the next few days and teach you exactly how to take advantage of that product. Once you've found suppliers, know that it sells well, what's the kind of next steps? But from these 3 lessons, you now know how to find a product, which softwares you need, which are in the link in the description if you still need to get them. Second one teaches you exactly how to understand if it is a good product or not, and teaches you how to actually figure out if it's profitable. And then this third one shows you how to get the quotes. So Alibaba right here, or you can use DHgate. They give you quotes straight up front. So if I typed in Wi-Fi extender, one thing I will say as well, if they do quote you prices on here, like between $3 and $7, I would just kind of ignore them. They always tend to be wrong. The prices are always different, so I'd ignore it. But you can see here, it's like $10.46, free shipping. So, maybe this is a good deal for Wi-Fi extenders. I don't really know. But if I would look at both, I would look at both DHgate and here, and then, toss up the 2 and figure out which one is better. But hopefully everything in this video made sense. If it didn't, leave a comment below and tell me what I did wrong. A few people like doing that, but a lot of you guys are very supportive. Thank you very much. We've passed 2,200 subscribers now, which is awesome. My target is 4K before the end of the year. So if you do watch these videos but don't subscribe, then please subscribe. Helps us out. Do like this video as well. There's going to be more lessons on the way. Lesson 4, 5, 6, so on and so on. Probably going to be about 10 to 15 in this series. And if you want to get that free email template, just head down into the description below. Join the Facebook group. It's my Facebook group. There's about 800-900 members in there now, all of which who are learning how to sell on Amazon, which is what I want to teach you guys how to do. So if you grab that Facebook email template, shoot it off to a load of different suppliers for products that you found, and start getting some quotes. But thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys tomorrow for lesson number 4, where I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about. Probably... don't know. I haven't got my phone with me. leave me some suggestions in the comments if you want to, if you've got any ideas of anything that you think I've missed already, or if there's anything you're not sure about. Comment section below. Leave a like rating as well. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 4. Peace, guys.